Okay, so now we are here and we have to do this. Okay, we need to create an quiz management system. This is our problem statement or kind of assessment assignment actually. Okay, so it is around 1 o'clock. Ratna, very good. So we need to create this quiz management system. We need an admin panel and then a public page for front end, back end, database ID, and some AI coding agent. These all are the deliverables. We need to create a plan.md that we will describe, but we will take help from Copilot to do that also. Okay, so to do that, we will start with the problem statement. Just copy the problems. Okay, before doing all those things, let's create a new repository. The new repository must be the quiz management system. Since we need to we will differentiate the front end and back end in two different repositories because we need to deploy it also and multiple other things. So we will build the back end first and then we will build the front end. So it will be like this. If we wish to have a readme file, okay, just have a readme file and just simply create a repository. And after that we'll just clone this git repo simply and just save it in our D drive for now. Select repository, got it. So open here and I trust the author. Okay, it is it. Okay, yes, I trust the author. And we'll be having this Copilot here agent. We'll be using the cloud. Okay, so I think Cloud Sonnet will work more fine. Okay, let's go with Cloud Sonnet because I love this. This one I think they have a new update, but we will use this for yeah. Okay, so let's start building something. So to build that, we just simply need to copy this problem statement. Since we can use AI, so I'll do it anything by me. So we will start with the copying this, or we could use ChatGPT also to do this particular thing. Creating a whole problem statement. So that is also a good thing. Or we could go with this agent mode, and we'll start with hello, and today I was to create a backend for my what I'm creating quiz management system. Quiz management system, very good. For which the details I have is here. So we'll be pasting the details and we will be adding few more things. I wish to, okay, not here actually. We will be changing that thing in the front end and the back end. So these two things are not required actually. The databases will take it by themselves. So the front we will be not designing right now. For the backend we will be using Django REST framework. Very good. Okay, so I wish to create this backend on Django REST framework first thing, then we will be Django REST framework, Then we will be, I think we will be adding the pagination or something. Okay, so I also wish to have what is pagination in it. I will be using Docker to Docker as container and will be using Swagger for documentation. Very good. So initially not create, first give me a step by step process for on this and bracket backend only. Also Swagger for documentation and for authentication we will be using JWT. That will work. Yeah. So step by step process, and also create a plan.md file as suggested. Okay, so now what it will do, I have given my things to it, or now it will help me simply with the basic code structure and all those things. It will also guide me a step by step process and what else he could do to you know uh, help me with this all these things. So it is working. Maybe I have my internet a bit slow, but no problem, it will work. So I'll help you to create a comprehensive Django REST framework backend for a quick management system. Let's start by creating a detailed plan and then provide you with the step-by-step process. Very good. Okay, great. Plan it, and then we will be having the fun. So it is working. It is creating plan.md, which is good. We could see it from here. So this is the whole plan.md. It will be also giving the whole thing here in like step by step processes. So it has given me a whole like total of 12 steps. So we will be starting with the step 1, initialize Django project structure and all those things, then Docker configuration, creating a YAML file, Docker compose YAML file, that is very much important. Then the basic Django configurations like the CORS, which is cross origin resource sharing, that is very much important while we are working on a backend, like when we are backend, when our backend is somewhere else and frontend is somewhere else, then this is very much important. The DRF setting, that is very much important, and then the JWT for the authentication. So we need to configure all those things. We have some middlewares and all those things to do that. There's no issue with it. Then database model and authentication. Here we will be creating the models and all those things. Initially we'll be going with the SQLite and with it, and then if we wish we could like change it to Postgres or something. JWT authentication, very much simple, login, register or refresh. It will work in the same. Admin API development, Quich management API, creating Quich serializers, implementing Quich CRUD views, add pagination to Quich listing, add proper permissions, that is all good. Question management API, where we can create question serializer for different types of question. Then CRUD operations on questions. These are CRUD operations for quizzes. This is for questions. Adding validation, like for the questions, that is important. Test question management and something like that. Then we have public API development, like the whole API thing, like for the questions we need API different, so we will be creating a public quiz listing without answers and all those things. like he's showing something, but I have different plans. So I'll be like merging my things along with it, and we'll be doing something. Then we'll be have a response management, documentation and testing, API documentation, which we'll be going with Swagger, that is DRF, that's IASG. We are going to have it in our requirement.txt. We'll be configuring all the API schema, API documentation, all those things, and then we'll be having some validations also. We were writing the API test keys and all those things. If I think test keys are not required, like I have only 2 hours, so I don't think test cases are required. And then the finalizing the Docker setup. We will be keeping this whole thing initially because like there's nothing I could go with this. They have all, like I'll be going to change a lot of in this thing. Initially we'll be going with the simple thing, so I'll be keeping this, and we'll be starting with the simple, uh, the Django or Django REST framework structure. So I'll be giving it a yes, like would you like me to start implementing this step by step. So I'll be just writing yes, and without any changes, because I want to initialize all those things, like downloading the requirements and all those other things. So it will be setting up a whole environment for me. So it is beginning with phase 1, project setup and environment configuration. That is very good, like that is required. So the whole Django project structure, it will be creating initially the requirements.txt, which is very much important. So if we come here, and we'll be seeing like Django REST framework, the cross headers are there, frameworks, simple JWT, that for the authentication part. This is PyCop, and for binary Python decouple, and different type of this is actually for Swagger. This is Django extensions. We will be using Pillow, PyTest for the test cases, PyTest Django, Coverage Factory, Boy, and different others. So these all things are there. Now it is asking me, the model wants to edit sensitive files, .env files. Okay, we'll be allowing that thing also, because uh, in .env files we'll be having few keys and all those things. That is very much important. Our own databases and everything will be there. So it is doing that, and it is like also adding a git ignore file, where we are not going to push all those .env files or like very sensitive files to the git, which is actually not required there. Now we'll be just simply we'll be opening our terminal and writing all those things, or we'll just allowing that it will open the whole terminal and write it for us. We don't actually need to write all these things, like to start a project like quick management or something. So it will be writing everything. We will be allowing for all those things, the to install and doing other stuffs. So now we are having a very much important thing, which is the setting.py. It actually have everything which is like required. So if you see the setting.py, which is here in the quick management app which we have created, we have also created an authentication app that we'll be seeing later. But here if you see, so here we'll be having a setting.py. Most of the things we are going to do here only. So we'll be having all the installed apps, all the middlewares which we are routing for, like we have already talked about, and then the root URL along with the templates, whatever we have, the application part, the database. Currently we'll be using the SQLite, so everything will be here. If you wish to change the database, we'll be just changing the names here. Then we will be having the authentication and all those things. We have our own stuff, or like our static files will be having a static URL, and multiple other things will be here. We'll be having here. Now it is actually working on the setting.py to improve it, and we are here. Okay, let it work. I think my internet is a bit slow, but no issue with it. So this particular first process is actually setting up the whole environment. We can do it simply by writing, um, Django start project or something, naming that particular project. But you know, currently we just don't need all those things. If since we have this whole AI, so we don't need to write it and do the configuration already. If you see, we have a allowed host part here currently. Okay, so it changed it actually. So this particular thing where we are going to allow a host, like we are going to use use a local host or something like that, we'll be using that here. And yeah, so it is also creating the urs.py. That is very much important also. Why it is very much important? Because it contains all the urls where a particular url leads you to that particular page or something, that particular view or that particular model. So this whole url page is very much important. Okay, so we just need to open the docker also. Okay, it is creating a docker. So this file actually, docker file, and we will be having one YAML file also. So these files will be very important, actually important for that particular thing. So it is actually starting the whole docker engine. I have docker desktop already installed, so it will just start the whole docker engine, and it will take some time. Of course my internet is not that much good, so it will take a bit more time. So it will be starting the whole docker engine and then doing all those things. So docker compose.yaml file is here. So what we have in this particular file, we'll be having the whole database requirements, like their image environments, volume, and ports, all the other things. These all things are actually not required, but yeah, like this AI is doing, so it will be like having much more things. Then for web we'll be having, for build we'll be having different ports. So currently we are going to use this 8000 port. We have our own volumes where the static files, media files, and all the other things. Then the environment for this, for the whole database thing, that port is 5432, and rest is same. Like this is a very basic thing. So it is creating some serializers also. It is actually creating a whole environment so that we could go jump to it and we just start working on our main project. So creating the whole environment, that is very good thing. So now this is here. This is my old. This is where I was working before this particular project. I was creating something. So this is a test is final. But once we just compose that particular docker, like after completing all those things, so we'll be having a container here. In containers, we'll be having a new container named this particular Quitch management system, or Quitch management, whatever name we could give it. So this is docker.yml files, and docker file will be having the basic details whatever we could have. So yeah, things are going. Yeah, hope it please work for me. So while creating a new project, you don't actually need to do a lot, which earlier we used to do a lot. But currently, while creating a new project, we just simply tell AI how we want it. It will simply like give it back that okay, like this is something, and you just, it will give a base to us, and on that base we will start working simply. So it is actually doing everything. Okay, it is also creating the Quitch model. That is very much great. So in Pages we have different models actually. It is actually creating it right now. So okay, here it is. So initially we need to create some models, and then from models we'll be having some views, and along with the serializers, all those models will be displayed somewhere. So this is actually, this is similarly like creating a new table somewhere in new database. So it is creating actually all those things. Once it creates something, then we'll be like jump into it. We will try to understand. uh, Obviously we have already understand a lot, but yeah, we will try to understand it, and then we just change it according to our need and all those other things. So yeah. So okay, now it is like actually creating the serializer for the system, which is very, very much important. Serializers is, what is serializer? It is simply kind of translator which translates your one language to other simply. So in models or tables we have different type of uh, what we call like how to communicate with the between the model and views. So serializer actually does that thing. So we have the serializers here. So they are having all the like for each model what are the fields are there, and then what are the validations we could like create or update here. So for each model what are the fields, it is simply the whole database structure in simple. So okay, so implementation completed. This is taking longer than one, so let me create a script to run all the setup at once and then continue. Okay, so it is asking me to install like via pip install the whole requirement.txt. But what I actually think is we'll go with Docker. But no issue if it is asking. Let's just give it if it wants to do it like that. So just install everything first, and after that we will be like composing that. Okay, so there are some error. Which itself it is like doing all those things. So sub process Python. Okay, so there's something which is not running successfully. They are like doing all those things properly. So it is actually updating the requirements.txt because there is something which is not running, some a package which is not running properly. So okay, so it is eventually giving us via Docker, which will handle the Postgres dependency better. Let me first create. Okay, so for Docker we just don't need to do anything. We just need to just run a code which is Docker compose up build. Initially we'll build it and then we'll be composing that up. So Docker compose build and then Docker compose up, it will give it to me finally. So let it just create all these things, and then we will be like running it. I don't think like running it before it will like work. It will work, but why to do that? Just wait. So it is actually doing all the things in a single step. What I haven't asked him, but yeah, if it is doing, there's no issue with that. So what it is currently doing, it is like creating serializer for the response of that particular view which is created up. So for the responses, here are the responses. So it is creating the serializer for that. This is actually what it is creating currently, actually working on currently. So it is giving all these things by itself. I'm not doing anything. We will do it like later. So it is creating now views.py, currently creating the urls.py. All these URLs will be there, and we'll be implementing the the Swagger thing also. So let's just wait and watch what it is actually doing. I think I need a better internet connection, but currently I think there's some issue with the okay, so we will be setting up the Docker. Great. So don't panic while a lot of files are being created. There's nothing like that. So this is how this is the main like the syntax for the Docker for building it up and composing it up. So we just need to allow that. We already discussed, like we just need to build the Docker and then compose it up. So while we do that, so it will create a like open new terminal of PowerShell where it will have this command and it will run this, and if it get any issue then it will. Let me create a simple test script to validate. Okay, which is actually not needed. Now it is doing something extra which I don't need, so we simply just keep this thing. You have to install independence in a different way. No, just skip this. And what I want is just uh, do not do that. Pause. Wait, you did a lot. So what it will try to do, it is actually trying to create a environment, and then in that environment it is creating to trying to install the whole pip requirement.txt with the help of pip, which is actually not needed. Like pip is a package manager for Python. Earlier we used to do that, but nowadays a lot of people are working from a different places. It is not required to do it in your own laptop. It will work in your laptop, but maybe it will not work in some other laptop. So no issue of like doing it in this way. We are already having all these things. No need of it. If we have Docker, why we need these kind of things? Okay, so it is installing. Let it install. Let it building. Let it build. Of course, it will take some time. Coding is a boring job for others. Giving commentary on my own coding, like while coding, this is something new which I'm doing currently. So it is just doing its stuff. I don't know what it's doing, but it is just doing its stuff. Okay, I know what it's doing. It is installing something. All the requirements and other things. That is running, building, and all those things. So it will take some time. Of course, it will take some time. It is actually creating all those things and doing everything, whatever it could do. Migrating the tables, like currently initially creating that, and then whenever we just change some table or something, it will migrate all those things. So it will take some time. Maybe I think I have a bad internet. It normally don't take this much, but yeah, currently if it is doing, we can't do a lot. Okay, I think it is done. Good. So while we have did this, we already got a container here, which is here, and the database works properly. But okay, and the web is also doing great. We just click on this particular thing, we will be opening a new localhost. Okay, just check why it is not working. It must work, so we'll just refresh it. Okay, sometimes it will take some time to start working. So we can check the logs here. So it is showing command not found. Let's see what is happening actually. Okay, so we just need to quit it, which is not required. Just simply remove that. Yeah, so now we just need to check if our 8080 port, which is our backend, is actually working or not. Let's see. If it is not working, localhost refused to connect. Why it is refused to connect? We could come here and we could just log that particular thing, something like this. Just copy this, paste it here, and tell him that this we are getting error in Docker. So it will try to fix all those things. So We could check the logs here, we could inspect, we could bind and execute, and if you just have something to code also, we could do all those things here via Docker. Currently, first let's just run this particular uh, localhost so that we could start something. So it is working. Of course it will work some time, and after working it will see where we have that particular issue. So we have an issue at app entry point. I could do it manually, but why I would do it manually when I have Cloud Sonnet 4? So it is actually in the entry point which I have told you that error, and it is actually correcting it. Here we have the .sh file. So it is actually updating that. So it updates all those things, and now I think it is using Postgres 5. Okay. So there are a few things which we need to change because AI built it via itself. We need to change all those things, but no issue with it. Let it do its work, and once it is done, we will be doing our work. Okay, since my internet is a bit slow, I think it will take more than 2 hours to complete the whole backend and front end. Currently, I am doing the backend only, and it is taking time. The whole and sole reason behind it is my internet. Today my internet is just like my Wi-Fi is a bit slow, and I can't help it. So it will like also change the other few things along with that. The reason behind like taking this much time is like the whole authentication, all the process are doing at the same time. So all the packages, everything will be like changing. So it is also changing the requirement.txt to a version where it will support all these things. Also change the Docker file, and it is again changing the entry point script to have a simpler approach since we are installing it, of course. So we will be just again, we will be composing down the Docker, and then we'll be building it up again. Of course it will work, it will not work. Yeah, it is working great. So what happens when you are doing something via AI? Initially you don't need to do anything, just let him do everything. Once it is done, just check if it is working properly or not, and do your stuff. Like 70% of your work, like these all things takes like hours to build, which it does in half an hour. I think it is already 33 minutes 26 seconds. So it is building it up again. Currently, since we have removed the container, there is nothing there. Now it is again rebuilding it. Why? Like when it gets rebuilt, it will be showing up here. We can also start and stop a container from here, but currently we are not doing that because I want it to be from here, and also I need to show. That is a very important thing. Okay, it is also creating API documentation.md. Since it is AI, it is like doing all this testing and all those other things, which I'm not going to do, but let him know. Okay, now we are here. Now we have this. We have the page management system. Yet the web is like our 8080 port is not live. Now it is live. Yeah, it is working because it is taking my CPU 82.45%. Yes, and now we will be refreshing it. It will take some time to show. So we have an error here. We have a dependency on app with no migration authentication. What I genuinely feel is we don't need that authentication initially, but if it is here, okay, just pause this, stop doing all those testing guides. Yeah. So we just do this. Actually, we don't need API, but okay, just keep it. So what is actually happening? So there is an issue. Their indicator Django is trying to find migration of authentication app, but there are none created yet. Okay, so to create initial migration, let me fix this. Why migration? Okay, so we need to migrate. So why we need to migrate it here? Okay, there is some issue. Okay, wait. We need to run the migrations here only, no? Wait a second. Okay. Okay, so she says the migration system is complaining because there are no migration created yet. The current is telling me because we need to we need to create it. Because we need to create migration first. Let me create the migration. Okay, so it is creating the migrations. Why it is creating? Okay, but it is creating the issue with it. So it is creating the whole migration thing. But yet I don't think this is required. So this init.py files is actually for the packages. Whenever we need to run a package, we just create this init.py files. Let's see if it is working. Docker compose run. Let's see if it is working. It is creating the container again and trying to run a test case. The whole migrations from here directly. We just don't need to run it into the Docker thing. So it is doing from here. So it is running the database migration and it has an error again. Dependency on app with no migration authentication. Authentication is not there. So I think we just need to remove the authentication part. We'll do it later. Or let it do once. Let it complete its thing. So in migration we have an init.py file which is empty, of course. It needs not to be empty. We need to add something. So what it is checking actually, I am not understanding it. Let's just copy the error and simply just paste it here. Let's see if it is working. Okay, why it is creating? Okay, it is creating the migration file manually, but it is not required to create a migration file manually. We can simply migrate it. Okay, let it do what it is doing. We are already running init.py, but it needs another 0001 underscore initial.py. Okay, again build it up. Good. All the best. And just keep this thing. Okay, it has created a new power here. I open a new terminal. And it must, yeah, it is building. if it is running, let's see if it is running properly. System check identified some issues. Okay, show me those issues. It has created a super user already. That is very good. Okay, it is running actually. Good, great. So it did the migration part by itself, and if we just refresh this, it is running very good. So if it is running or not, we just simply go to the admin. It is actually running the whole admin thing. So admin, and the password is, I don't know what is the password. Let's try with 1234, which will be a wrong password, of course. So we'll be just creating a super user here. Okay, my laptop is running. Yeah, so let me create something. No, do not do anything guide or something. Just simple. So to create a super user, we'll just simply write python dot manage.py create super user, and then we just do all those things. But I will not write. I'll write here just create a super user. So we'll be here and do it here. So we can do two things to create a super user. Either we will be using the current, like we need to do it from the what you call Docker. But to do that, we need to have something like this python manager.py create super user. Or okay, so password, it already have a super users admin 123. So okay, we don't need to do that. But if we need to do that, admin 1223. So here is our whole thing. Great. Don't check password, close, save it if it is possible. So here we have all our user groups, MCQ options, question, quizzes, answer, the whole admin panel. We can create some questions from here. We can add some question, we can delete some question, we can add a quiz, we can delete a quiz. That is totally up to you. If you just need to add a question, we just click here, and or for which quiz we need to create that, we just need to create a quiz, and then create a question text, question type, multiple choice, true, false, or something like that. We just need to order it for it is like required or compulsory kind of thing, then a point for it, its explanation, and then options if it is MCQ type. So all these things are here. We just there are answers, responses, or something like that. All those will be stored here. So this is our whole backend thing which is already created. Okay, let's see what we could do more. Okay, one more thing. We are just going to check one more thing. Okay, so we just need to check if the Swagger is actually working. So Swagger is also working. So here we need to have the bearer token, which we could get it from the auth, where we will be having the login thing. If it is working, great, try it out. Just type in your admin admin, and then the admin 123, and then try to execute it. While trying to execute it, we are getting logged successfully. We have this our access token, which we need to just copy from here, and we just need to go to authorize, and we just need to type bearer space control B and then authorize. So now the whole authorization part is taken. Now we have the admin panel where we could create our pages and all those other things. All the good operations are there, and we have our public options where we can get and post about any page. So let's just check anything. Let's suppose just create a question. Okay, before that just create a page. So admin pages, we can create a page from here also and from the admin also. Let's just create a quiz from admin post. Okay, so we just create a quiz. To try it out, we just title our quiz, description of the quiz, time limit, is active or not, passing score, show result, allow retakes, and maximum attempts. So all these things we need to do. Let's just do that. Let's just check it, demo 1, and then the description is demo quiz. Time limit is must be in seconds. Okay, let's keep everything same. Maximum attempts also same. Okay, just execute it. So while executing, we have just already created a quiz. That is great. We have got the code 201. Now to get the quizzes, we just click here, we just come here, so all these things are already here, like the search option, everything will be there. So that is Cloud Sonnet. I haven't done anything here. So here we have the what is this? Okay, so here we have all these options, like the one quiz which we have just created. It has everything, ID1, demo1, and all those things is here, and it is doing great. Very good. Good question. Like, we have did a great job. We have did the whole backend. If you want, we could like do something here and there in it also, but there's no like use of it. Now if you see, if you just refresh this, and if you go to the pages, and if you see, we have already demo page, and it is active. Total number of questions 0, total points here and there. So just add a question. We'll go to the question. We can add it directly from here, but I prefer going to the question, add a question, and I just select a quiz, which is sorry. So we'll just select a quiz. What is 2 plus 2? This is the question text. Question type is MCQ. Order 1 point, we just need a 2 pointer. Okay, answer. In answer, we could just add 2 plus 2 equals 4. This is a thing. We have 4 options actually. So initial option is 2, second option is 4, so and the third option is 1, fourth option is 3, and the 4 is the right option. Order, actually, okay, just keep it 1, keep it 2, keep it 3, and keep it 4, and then save it. I just need to check what is order. I don't know, but yeah, there is something which is order. So I have created a question. Now if you go to quizzes, we will be seeing one question in it, and total points what it have, and how when it is created, and all those other things. So this is the whole backend which is already created without any extra effort. Yeah, I know this is very much simple. I could do a lot in it, but I'm not doing, because I already lost 47 minutes of my time. I have only 2 hours, and I have to build the whole front end again. So to build a front end, we'll just go to build a front end. Where we have to go? Where is my okay? We need to go to Copilot. Sorry, GitHub. So yeah, we have So we have GitHub here, na? Okay. Let us Copilot actually. Leave it. Just open GitHub again. So here we have our own GitHub. We'll be creating a new repository, which names again. Okay, just name it Quiz Management System front end. Control C. We will be having here FRONTEND front end, and we'll be just having the add.readme file. Just create the repository, and we will be just simply having a new window here. The whole backend is there, so no need to do a backend again. Like we could do, but why to do it if it is already there? Let's go for the front end. Clone this. We will do this thing in multiple way. Like we could do user terminal also and lot more other things. But why to do that? Like I love this, like cloning something and just copying, pasting, enter, and it is done. Okay. Also this, giving it a day. Select a repository and it is done. Open here, and I trust the author. Yes, I trust the author. Okay, so now since we have built our backend, what I will do, I will simply ask this particular Sonnet, like Copilot, to give me the whole structure of backend, so that I could paste that particular structure in our front end and with the help of that we could generate a front end seamlessly without any like writing any line of code. So to do that, we will ask them, uh, great work. Now I wish to build the uh, front end. So for that I wish to what I wish to. So for that I wish to okay, what I want, have the full structure of backend so that I just put that into my front end Copilot, and it will create the front end for me. So, and we'll be just putting the enter in. Okay, so what it will do first, it will be happy a bit because I have told him like you have did a great work. That is very good. Now after being happy, what it will do, it will be giving me the whole structure of this backend so that I just simply go and put it into your front end and I will get a very good front end. Yeah, like for the designing and all those part, we will be we are not using anything, or and as I we could use and design, which I probably like, but I think we will stick with the Tailwind, the CDN. Like can design have something in it, like they have good, you know, thing. No issue. We will stick to. Okay, so we need to check our backend for it. It is working. It is actually building all those things, and my internet is very bad. So we will just wait and watch. So it is actually creating MD file, front end structure MD file, and actually what we need in front end is nothing. Like we just need, like if you see here, like let it create. Till then we could talk something. If you see here, the structure is very much fine. Like we have only three, you know, very basic three applications, which is first is of admin, then auth, and then public. And the admin have a very basic structure if you see very properly. So it is admin question ID, like get put patch delete, get put patch delete along with the post. All these options are only there. Same with the auth thing. In auth we have a refresh token also, because sometimes what happens, like if currently I just refresh this, maybe I'll be going to lose the thing and we need to log in it again. So the whole refresh thing, and for how much time the that particular session ID will work, we need to do it from here. So we just need this refresh token also. All these things we could do, or we could do a lot. Like it is not a 2 hour job simply, but since we have 2 hours, so we are going to do it in that 2 hour. Okay, since I think we have created that. We have frontend structure.md we have already created. We are just going to control A, C, just keep it here so it will eventually work. Keep it, and just here, come here, just paste this and enter. So the whole front end structure, there it is. So see how my bad internet is. I don't like bad internet, but no issue. So control A. Where are you? What is this happening? Why is this happening? Okay, do not create a new workspace. it is creating new space inside of. So what it does actually, yeah, I have did a bad thing. So what it will do in my page management system front end, it will again create a page management system front end. So that is a bit, you know, not good thing, but no issue. We don't have enough time to waste on that. If my internet worked fine, I could finish it in 1.5 hour or like in 1 hour. But since my internet is sucking currently, okay, so we are having a package.json dependency. Okay, let's just see what it gave actually. So it is given for the front end complete feature. Okay, so it is actually the backend thing. What it asks the first front end? Nothing. Great. This is very great. No issue. So what is it? It is using TypeScript. Very good. Since it is using TypeScript, package.json. So package.json in JavaScript, which is the React or something, is the main thing. Like you have everything here, all your dependencies or your dev dependencies and everything. Like we are going to build it with npm run dev or npm run build. Currently we are building it with a build. So for Vite, the whole dev thing. So main thing is preparing. Like it is preparing the whole, you know, everything. Like it is preparing, like the writing all the scripts and everything. So we have different dependencies. The same way we have the requirement.txt there, we have our own dependencies here. So we have the React Axios. Axios is actually using for, we are going to use it for the connecting the front end via the with the back end. The whole API thing will be done by Axios. We have the React DOM, which is actually, I don't think we are going to. Then we have the hook form router, React router DOM for the routing thing and all those things. Then we said React host to toast, React tailwind merge. Okay, tailwind merge is, it is happening. Great. Also I need to check if it has given the pagination thing here. So to check something if it is here or not, control F to find pagination. Okay, pagination is here. I think ma'am had asked me to have the pagination in each question. Let's see if it is there. Not here, not admin. In admin we have the, where are the questions? Question, get question. No. Okay, we have IDs for the question. Very good. So we have that. Okay, it has done a great question. So questions by ID, we just need to try it out. And currently we have only one question. We'll be writing one, and if we will be executing that, we will be having that question. What is 2 plus 2? Great, it is working. So we have IDs for each question. That is very much great. We just need to, okay, environment value of our page management system, API configuration, Vite, okay, app configuration, page management system, very good, allow. No issue with it. So it is already creating the tailwind configuration, the post CSS configuration, which is with the, like, it is with the tailwind actually. So the TS, the TypeScript configuration. So all the configuration files are happening, very good. And we just keep it like that. So we need to have a Docker file here also. Maybe it has in its to-do list. So what is good with Sonnet? Sonnet 4 actually, it you know, have a to-do list, and it just update its to-do list, and also, you know, complete it. While it completed, just delete that to-do list. So to-do list option, like to-do list thing in Sonnet is very good. So we are just waiting. AI is working for us. I'm just thinking uh, for the next round when ma'am will ask me uh, to change something, what will I change? So here we have the index.txt file and why it is there. Okay, no issue. Let it build something. So initially we don't need to do a lot. Just write good, you know, prompt. That is the main thing. If you write good prompt, it will eventually give you the result. So writing good prompt is something where I'm good and doing that. So it has created the services. Okay. So in that index.ts file, we have an error here, React node error, because we haven't yet installed anything. We need to install all those things. Sometimes AI does it work, but it does it in a different way. We need to do all those things. So it is creating actually auth.ts, api.ts, all those things. So uh, this is a constructor which I'll ask you. So let tell you what are those things. Initially, we are just importing the access, which is actually for the communication with the help with the APIs. Uh, this API configuration is very much important because we need to check if it is already the credentials are there or not. In the export class, we will be having the header as content type application or application slash JSON, like how the data will be coming here and there. If there are some media files or something, we'll be going to use some blob or something like that, or different headers. Then we will be having all those things. Just please continue to read it. Then we'll be handling the API errors also. So in JavaScript, we generally use if and switch cases, like if else cases, with along with like switch or case or break something. So that is a good way of doing that. Then we will be having the access token will be here. Then every time the token must be released, so that the security is like very much good. Refresh access token, that is very much important. When you are refreshing a page, it must not log out you directly. It needs to be keep you logged in, and that is when the refresh access token is work will work. What happens when you are inside a web page and you need to refresh it? So you don't want to get just log out of it. You just need to refresh that particular things, like refresh the hooks, refresh the states. So that is where it works. Then we have this HTTP method, which is simply the what we call HTML and all those. Base URL is this, which is already the localhost 8000, which is here already, and we have given a timeout of 30,000 seconds, which we need to change, of course. Okay, so now I'll create a utility component and helper to support the application. So utility components are very much important, as you know, because while you have different components and the things, you need those things. So in store we have different the chord.ts or index.ts, like this is the very base thing. um, we have every other things. In utilities we have our helpers. So whenever we are using in like JavaScript or in React, we uses helpers. Like we are not going to build a lot of things, write a lot of things in our main ts files. We will be using helper. Suppose if you are using a quiz.ts, then we will be having a quiz helper.ts files. Then we have some validation files. We will be having the index file where these two things are exports. So it is actually building different pages and thing, and also creating its, and finally it is creating index.css for overall giving the final css look, which is good actually. So yeah, is working fine for me. So it has created a UI what we call folder. In that UI folder, it will be creating the different components of UI. So here are the components. In that components, we have a different folder UI. Now it is creating a button.txt. Not it is creating it is a creating it is created by with the help of like tailwind CSS and post CSS actually. Okay, so it is now setting up the main application structure, and then we can install dependencies. So install dependencies, I actually recommend it to not install it here. To install it, we will be going to use Docker, so that all the dependencies will be installed there, and without any issue we'll be like having everything smooth and fine. We have already invested our 1 hour and 5 minutes 58 seconds, but we are on to something. What I don't want to install it here, so I'll write something. I'll write it I wish to use Docker, and just do this. Let's see what it gives. I can explain it a lot more thing, but sometime giving a simple prompt will work. So we have different variants of button. We have primary, secondary, outline, ghost, and destructor. It is actually creating a Docker file. Here it is. Then it will create a YAML file for Docker. Docker.compose YAML file to compose that Docker thing. So let it do. It is also creating the Nginx configuration, which will be used while we are like deploying it somewhere. That is very much good. So all the configuration file, all the YAML file. Okay, we are here. We have this Docker compose.yaml and a production YAML, because it already created the Nginx file while we do the production thing. So currently it is here, which is very much good. We don't need it. Sorry. Sorry, I think I'm a bit. I was in hospital, so I think I got some cold from there. So we will be having a .env file Docker also. Good. So we will be adding the Docker in the JSON again. That is also good. We just need to allow all these things. Great, allow. So it is actually creating all those scripts. JavaScript is all about scripts, creating different type of scripts, and scripts here and there and all those things, which is great. So we are seeing a lot of red thing here. The reason behind it, we haven't installed it anything else yet, and that is why we are like seeing all those things. We need to install everything like npm. Okay, npm is for that. So we'll be having is npm run dev. Okay, no, pip is for the npm for the package manager. So npm run dev or npm run build, we will be building everything, and then all those red files will be gone. How much Docker YAML files it is going to create by 1, 2, 3, 4 step YAML. Okay, let it create, and then we could like delete a lot of things. That is actually not like whatever the thing which is not needed, we can delete it later. It itself actually delete all those things. Sonnet is a good, good model actually. Like among all the other models, Sonnet 4 is very good. Like 4, I haven't used 4.5. 4 is great. Others I don't think I have used a lot. So it has did all the things. So we just need to So it has already created the start for the development environment and the production environment. That is very good. Also the full stack environment. Great. We just need to do this. The development. We'll run the development environment first. Let's see what it does. Once we'll get all those things, and then we will be like, yeah, docker compose dot dev dot yaml dot up, and then we'll build it. So we'll be building it and then composing it to the. Do I need to enter it? Okay, I need to enter. So everything is installing actually. Once it gets installed, we will see another, you know, front end here with a port, with a different port actually. Must not with this. So we have got some error, and we just copy this thing. We'll be pasting it here. So the error is actually basic. I think there's a code error, I think. Okay, so we need to install it locally also. Great. Okay, got it. So we need to install it locally to so that the issues which are there already in the package log.json to lock all those dependencies or the yeah, their what we call their versions. So we have two files, which one is package.json and another is package log.json. So that log.json actually logs the version of particular package, and that is what it is suggesting currently. So let it just install everything npm I, and then we will be running it. Okay, so it is already installed. Now since everything is installed, if you see, lot of red files are already gone. There are few which we can check, like now all the major issues are already resolved, like all the index.ts or major ts files are already there. I think these all types are or something, they are like, these errors are related to the implementation of what, this TypeScript. Sorry, what we call that thing, Tailwind CSS. So I need to check it. It has changed something in Docker also. Let's see what it. Good. It is actually rechecking the Docker file, which is much important. Like checking all the working directory and everything other. What are the scripts it will run whenever it starts. that thing. Great, now all the odds and everything is better. So it is automatically checking all those things, and if there are issues, it is like resolving all those issues. Okay, it is being more specific for all the changes. Great. It is also changing the index.css file. So the main thing for this sonnet is it actually like rethinks what it is doing and what changes it could do to make it better. So it is writing the CSS file. I think the issues here. Let me check the thing. So it has okay. Let's just see what happens. Let's just run the Docker once. There are few issues already there. I just need to check it. We have these much issues here, like not the issues. So these modules are not there. So this is the main file which actually shows when we start that particular start the project. So these modules are actually not its types are not actually defined yet. No issue, it will take some time. Let's just build the container. Once the container is created, then we can do some. Okay, I think container is here. So we have the container here, Quitch management system, the front end, and it is working on 3000. Let's just go there and see if it is working. Currently the page is not working. Of course, the app.txt is not working. Let's see if there is an issue here. Okay, it is restarting it. Let's just see the issues. Okay, just simply the post CSS issue which I already told you we are going to get. The reason behind that is Tailwind has changed its multiple things which we need to resolve, but before that we are just going to have all these things. Okay, great. So it will not work currently, and the reason behind it is this. And to resolve it, we will be going to have actually localhost is working on 3000, so I think we need to add this in the backend also, so that it allows the front end to work with. not try a different approach. Wait, please do not try a different approach. I'll just copy and paste it live. Wait. Now let's see if it is working properly. Okay, so we have a admin. Okay, so now it is working. Great. So there are some issues. We are going to just resolve it one by one. Very simply. I can do it by myself, but I will not. Reason behind, I have an option. Yes. These all are the components which we are importing. They haven't created yet, so we need to create all those components. Let it create all those components. Why will I create anything? So it gets all the missing components. Now it will create all the components by itself, and I will just wait and watch. Okay, it has created. So it has created the admin layout, the public layout, the login, the register, the protected routes. Okay, so it has created the routes also. Great. Now it will create a dashboard, a quiz list, a create quiz, which is already there. Very good. I just need to check the routes. Okay, it has created the routes for login only. So we need to create routes again because ma'am had asked me to have those routes. So we will be doing that, or we will be just importing from the backend. That is also good. No issue with it. So let's just create the whole admin layout initially, and then we will go to Google and just check few layout, and then we will use that to build. Let it build first. So it is creating the public pages. I need to change. I think initially, whenever we open our website, we will move to the landing page, which is a public page, and at the top we will have a login option from where the admin could log in, or we will have a different route for both of them. Slash admin will be for admin, where he needs to log in, like he or she needs to log in, and there is a simple page for website for simply like the home page slash home or something. So if you need to just check the dashboard page, okay, click on dashboard page. So it is creating the dashboard page like this, which is good, but we will like change it. Now it is changing the app.tsx to remove the complex dependencies and use a simple version. That sounds good. So here we have the app.tsx. We really don't need to import React, which is not at all important because it is in React. Like earlier in before 2016, 16 or 20, I think we used to do that. Now we don't do those things here. Keep. We just really don't need. Okay, leave it. We really don't need to do that, but not an issue. Let it go. Okay, it is here now. If we just okay, no, not signing. Go back. It is stopped and again it need to restart. So it is restarting actually. Okay, this is basically because of my internet. Okay, my internet sucks. That is the main thing. So for that we'll just pause this and we'll be just composing the Docker up again. Composed. So we just need to come here. Great. So we have our own quiz management system. Welcome to quiz management system. We can browse quizzes from here and we can have the admin login. Just click on browse quizzes. We have 1, 2, 3 quizzes here. If we just start a quiz, it will not start because this is the front end only. We need to connect back end. If we go to admin login, we will be having, let's see if it's giving us a login, admin, and the password is, it will not, because we have to do a lot to connect the whole front end and back end. Close. It is not doing anything. Save it, but it will not do anything. So this is what it has already created. Great. But it is actually working. That is all fine. We have home, we have pages. In pages we don't have, like we have this, but we don't have anything. Now let's get started. Let's come here and just do few things, like minimize this, then minimize this. That's it. So just copy this, Control C, come here, Control V, remove the models. These all are the APIs which we are going to use. Please okay, let's just also do the API thing. One thing we will do also, we will just tell our backend that our front end is running. Our front end is running on this port. Please allow APIs to connect with it. Check only if, okay, you don't need to check it with it, simply it will check and do all the things. So we in response.t, like we have already all these things, but we just need to change it to a particular So we need to create XCS file where we could do all those things. Okay, we have a API file, we need to create some more thing here. Yeah, hello. Just update the course. Good. So we have did some changes in our environment file also, .env file. No issue. So we have updated it, which is already there. We just redirected it again. So we just need to restart the. It will stop and then we'll start again. Till then, what is going on here? Okay, great. Okay, allow. My CPU will burn. So we need to like correct few files also. Please do not try a simpler approach, just it is to leave it. This is just because of my bad internet. Look, it is stopping. Simply Control C, stop this PowerShell, come here and start it again. It will work more precisely. Restart it again, just check. Just check if it is working. Come here. The database is not working. What happened to it? Okay, we need to restart the database also. We can do it by here also, just like restarting it. But I think from there, if it will restart, it will like refresh all the things. For the front end, it is already done. So let's just see what are the changes here. If you need to browse quizzes again, so now we need to do the whole front end. Okay, let's just start with the front end. Okay, so in the quizzes, okay, before that, just correct all these few things. Because there are a few issues with our tokens and other things. We need to connect the whole API thing first. If that is done, that will be great. So okay, I just forgot one thing to commit. So okay, we will do that also, no issue with that. We need few commits also. So I'll be updating like all the errors which are here. Once that is done, something is there already in this. Yeah, backend is running. Start it. What this Cloud Sonnet do is like it create simple different type of test cases to do build different things. What we will do, we will initially just check all the errors, which is auth service, auth client. So the whole auth thing is not here. So we'll just ask them to uh, so we will be just correcting all these things first. Once that is corrected, we will move to the next thing, which are like actually building the whole front end. I think that won't take long to build that thing, but yeah, it will take a lot of mind to do that. Like not mind actually, you just need to do a lot of here and there in the front end. We'll just see if auth are working fine. Yeah, auth.ts working fine now. We just need to have this helper.ts also fixed. Once everything is fixed, I'll be starting working on the whole front end. We have already spent about 1 hour and 39 minutes and 17 seconds. I think we need more time. Okay, like my half an hour is already used by like because of my internet, bad internet. So that's not my fault. That's my internet fault. Yeah, but slow and steady work will fine. Will work more fine. Okay, great. We need to do it again. So okay, so let's just hope my internet works fine. Keep everything. We don't actually need to do that. We need to correct this also. So we have a small error here. Okay, it will not work. Give me a second. We need to have this. See, and will be just pause it. I think I'll get less time to work on my front end, but hopefully it will be enough for me. Mm, no, we don't really need to build that. We need to build it in our own. Okay, let's allow it sometime. But we really need to build it in okay, it will again take a lot of time. I must use my. Okay, leave it. No, this. Delete it. We have yet an issue. First, we will be resolving this, and then we will be just running the Docker. Okay, I need to do the commentary also. Sorry, I just forgot. So it is actually doing its stuff. Let it do its stuff. Let it build the whole basic thing. Then we will be just doing the uh, designing part and other thing. And once that is done, we'll be seeing if that pagination is properly working, and that's it. So we'll be just keeping it all, and we'll be just restarting, or not actually restarting. We'll be just doing this. Okay, do not restart. Just compose it up and build it. That's it. It will work actually. Recreated and done. So if you see, okay, do not see here the front end, back end, both systems are working. If you come here, if you just refresh this, it must work. Yeah, it is working. No, yeah, now it is working. Currently, if you browse quizzes and all the other things, it is not actually working. uh, let's just start building that. So initially, how we are going to do the front end, let's just have a basic idea. So the front page, what I want will be a public page where people will come and they could browse different quizzes. So a lot of quizzes will be there on this particular page. So we will be getting the quizzes in the form of what we call card, and we'll be doing that. Okay, just control C. Let's just start with it. Or if you want something a different approach, okay, let's see on internet what we have. QUIZE Quizzy or quiz.com. Let's go with it. Let's see how it is actually work. Okay, if it is good. Or UIZ, and there's a quizzy. Let's see how wavy round works. I just wish to have a basic idea of the whole front end, how it must look. So I think this one looks fine. This one actually. So we just copy this. We'll be just opening the GPT Bicep, and then I want you to define me the landing page of this website so that I could use it as a prompt to create a similar page. Either we could do this, or if we wish, like since we are using AI, then just use it properly. That is what I'm saying. So the front page will be okay. So we have different components, we have different pages here. So we have an admin page, and here we have the public page. So public page, home page is here. So welcome to the quiz management system. This is what the front page is here. Let's just okay, where is my page? Where is it? This is a landing page. Quiz maker is different. Remove it. Okay, where is my page? Open it. Yeah. So welcome to the quiz management system and all the other things. So this is our page, home.tsx. This is a public page. So we just need to upgrade this particular page. Let's do that. Leave it. Okay, great. Browse quizzes and all the other things. While we browse the quizzes, the quiz list is here. We need to do the quiz list and all the other things. Result will be here, and the quiz take and all those things will be here. So let's just do not be there. Okay. Go to question and breakdown of definition of landing page of quiz.com analysis definition. Here are the key element. Not like that. Prompt. I want prompt. Okay, great. No, not pen and all the things. We just don't have enough time. But I could do a lot. Let's just do one thing. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yes, great. Now if once I did that, I also need to have a take quiz. Okay, so initially we'll be going with the public thing, and then we'll be going with the admin thing. Let's just create the public thing. We can do it from here also, but let's see if okay, I have one more thing in my GitHub. If I go here, maybe I have that repos. So we have test quiz front end. Quizzy, no. This is the thing. Yeah, just see. filtrate means here already. So I have created it with the help of this is great. If I had to use this, let's see. But currently we are doing this. Okay, do not do this quit join page or something. We don't have that. Okay, just pause it. Wait. Just keep it. Quiz on join page we don't need. Delete it. Wait a second. Good. Let's just see if it is working. Okay, great. Good. We don't need to do that quiz join page or something. Explore quizzes. In that explore quizzes we will be having great. We will be having this. Where is our okay? Remove it and then remove it. Remove it. We will be having this. Great. So get all the quizzes from here. Come now. Just here. Okay, just take your tool. We'll see. So we have quiz categories. How to start? On the place of quiz categories, where I need quiz editor. No, we need to have a column here where we have inbuilt quizzes already. Maybe it will help. Okay, so we need to first thing we need to remove this because it needs to be in the top, like header of that particular one. So use the first we will be removing this quiz hub header and we will be merging it to the quiz management system, and then play and create quizzes. I don't think if it is needed. I think initially we will start with removing this particular phase. We will be starting with okay. Now play and create quizzes must merge with the header and the width will be okay. Width भी इसको पूरा करो. Also the width of body is matching and keep the body. So now what we'll do, initially the explore quizzes section will be at top and then below which we have quizzes for you, and in that we will be having a okay, got it, great. Okay, it's already 1 hour and 56 minutes. I think it will take some time But yeah, if we need to do the whole front end with the help of this, it will take time. Okay, it is done, but it is not done here. No issue, we will check it. Okay, just keep it this, leave it. Create something like that. Okay, remove the play and remove the section. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, great. The take quiz section and the quick quiz result section. Quiz list की जरूरत नहीं, we don't need that. Or we can like merge it to that. No issue with it. So we are almost going to complete our 2 hour because of my bad internet. No issue. I can compensate that. Yes. Think my internet is lagging a lot. Let's see what it does. We got an error. That error. Okay, it hasn't created successfully. No issue. Create it again. Why with join.txs? We are like removing that every time. Why you are doing that? We need to remove. Okay, lot of things are here which needs to be removed. But not now. Okay, so we have this which is for you. Failed to load widgets. Okay, let's just see why it is happening. So we need to inspect. We need to go to network. We need to first go to console, and also we have an access error. Let's just see what that error is. Install hook. So we need to install hooks, and also in our network, if you go here, we need to reload this page. While reloading that page, it will show an error of this, and this is the header, the payload, and the preview, the response. We don't have that. So in console, we are getting this error. Fetching pages. Yeah, just okay. The backend server is running, I think. Let's just see if it is running. The server is running, very good. And let's see here if it is running. Where it is. Okay, what happened? What happened? Okay, it is running. Why the admin panel is not running? Let's see it. This is the backend. Okay, open it. Okay, wait. Before that, I need to run it. Okay, cross header. It has some error issue. Okay, while I was updating the cross headers, it has some issue. We just keep this, but this error I'm getting. Need to check the error. Just because of a slash, it is. Okay, I think to record it, do I need to record it for the whole process, or is it okay if I don't record it now? Okay, just keep this thing. The env file is changed. One more file needs to be changed. Okay, great. Everything is done. Working. We need to restart it again. Very good. If it is working now. Yeah, now it is working. And if I just check it now, refresh this. Okay, good. Now we are having issue. Okay, in network, let's just check if we are getting the glitches. Yeah, if we are getting glitches. In network, I am getting glitches. Please show your home page with a good UI. God, yeah. Let us go. Okay, after showing the quiz, I think I need to stop this recording because it will, get a lot longer. So once I do that, I'll just complete the whole project, and then we'll give you a final output of, and we'll record that final output. Like most of the thing is done already. Like front end is working, back end is working. Like now I just need to do some changes here and there. The whole UI thing, the whole designing thing. So I think that is not actually required. So I'll be just doing this, and then we'll stop the recording. Then I'll complete the project, and then we'll again do the thing, like how it is working and all the things are working or not, like each and everything. So let's see if it's working. Like the main thing is, like, I have a very bad internet, I think, yet it is working very slow, and if I go in the same way, it will take 4 hours to complete this, which eventually would not take this much, but currently it will take more than 2 hours, I think. Let's check the response.data. Actually, response.data is actually used while we are doing that, checking the response, but this types in TypeScript we need to add a question mark, so which it is doing here. That is good. Great, just keep it, and let's just see if it is working properly or not. Again, wait. Why you are showing sample data? Why? I don't want a sample data. Unauthorized. Okay. There's no authorization needed actually. There must be issue with. For public, I don't think authorization is needed. Or I don't know what is happening. Why it is unauthorized. Of course, I know what is happening. I need to refresh this. Good. Auth. We need to log in. Need to try it out. We just need to admin and then admin 1 2 3 execute. So in public, I don't think. Okay. Okay, sorry, what I'm doing. So I have used that get of thing, but I need to use this get. Sorry. Okay, it's completed. Because currently I'm using public now. Do this. And not only this, we'll be going to use the this post also, like get quizzes by this and this public admin response, everything. So we'll be using, just a second, we will just make it big. This is expand this also, expand this and expand this and expand this and just great. Now we have the public quizzes, yet the quiz is not showing. Great, this is how it is done. Okay, got it. Yes, so the quiz thing is here. Now if you click on the take quiz and preview, everything will be shown, and it is an active quiz. So we are on a good track, and we'll be finalizing this ASAP. So I think till now it's already 2 hour and 15 minutes or 16 minutes. So I'll be like pausing this particular screen record. I'll be sending this, and then when the whole thing is completed within a hour or hour and a half, I'll be like getting another you know screen record, and then we'll showing what all other things are there. Okay, so thank you.